Okay, now we're going to set up the microphone. So there are several components here. The first is this little guy, which is the connector to the camera. And this has got two things on it. You'll see there's a headphone icon and there's a power icon. What I'm going to do is fit this into the camera, also known as the phone. And then I'm going to, in a second, first of all, I'm going to put power to the phone. So I'm going to use the USB-C. I'm going to click that into the power. The next one's going to be for the microphone. Now the microphone's made up of, it comes pre-assembled, so it's just a little snaky thing here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this clamp and I'm going to clamp onto the side here of where the phone is. So I clamp the microphone onto that little rod and I tighten it up. Then I bring the microphone forward and I'm going to try and bring this as far forward as I can, but without getting into the frame. So it's going to be at about a 45-degree angle, pointed towards the subject. And it feels all loosey-goosey. Look at it. It's all over the place. You think, wow, this is weird. But what's going to happen is, once I line it up and decide where it's going to be, I tighten that thing there. And if I want to just move that around in direction of the person, I can. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to move that probably to about there, and that will be my positioning. If I feel I can, I will move this microphone around as close as I can once the camera's on, so that it's just out of shot. Now I take the second USB, my fasteners in there. On the top of the microphone, there is a little USB symbol. You plug this into the USB symbol there. And then we plug this into the little headphones symbol here. And that should be good to go. Now here we have a battery backup. Keep this charged. You charge it by putting the USB into this one here, Type C. That charges it. See if it's charged. It's not right. Oh, it's 52% now. You can use this as a backup. If you don't have power, you can put all three of these cables into here and everything will work. So that's it'll last for several hours. So if you can't get a power socket, or you're outside, or you're in the way, then that's going to work just fine. Okay, we are ready to go. You'll see that I've got a seat here. I've got nearly 3 feet behind the seat. When I'm sitting in it, the microphone's about 18 inches away from the person's mouth, maybe even only 12. We want to get that microphone as close as possible, because we're going to be relying on that, obviously, for sound, pointed towards the person. And this camera should be within a couple of feet of the subject. I usually put the tripod legs, 2 of them facing the person. This gives them plenty of room to put their feet during the interview. You can do it the other way around, but it means there's a stick right in front of them. And this allows us, and you can see now I've got the 2 lights either side of me. You shouldn't be seeing much shadow behind me at this point. And microphone right in front of me, and I'm about eye level with the lens. But we're going to show you how to do the full setup in a second on the screen. So here we are. We have a willing subject. Give us a wave, Heather. Here she is. All right, we can see here the setup. She's about 3 feet away from the black. The microphone's about 18 inches from her face, and the phone is setting her up like that. Just going to square her off. Now you can see that she's sitting down low in the screen. So what I'm going to do is move this down so her head fits roughly inside that arc. If I want to, I can use the plus sign here, little plus sign here, and I could zoom in like that, in which case then I'm going to do that. I don't typically zoom in more than 125. This is a creative choice, how close in you are. And if you could just take your elbows off the side of the thing, that's kind of more like a position you'd like to be in while you're subject. If you put your arms back out again, you see she looks a little bit like she's got wings there. So it's better actually if her hands are off the side of the chair, if it's got arms, in a comfortable position. So if I just zoom in on the screen for a second, I see I've got various controls. The plus here is for the zoom in and out. So that's a 1x zoom. I've zoomed in 1.25 to bring her a little closer. There is exposure. I've taken it down to a -3 just to make sure that the black is nice and crisp. Over here, we've got the ability to just make sure that her head is well positioned. And over here, I've got different questions. So I can choose foundational topic here. And now I'm into the foundational topic of how has Jewishness shaped your morals in this case, or a Jewish value you wish for people to understand better. I choose my question. She's going to answer that. She's answering it now. She's answering it now. She's answered it. And now I can play that back, check it. If I like it, then I save it. There, it's now saved. And now you can see it's uploading that file. I will then go on. If I want to add a question, I can just say, tell me what being Jewish means to you. And now that's the question that she's answering. As soon as I hit record, she can answer that.
Everything. Everything. It means everything to me.
And she's answered that. I listen to it back. I like it. I save it. So that's it in basics. There is a more detailed tutorial that you can look at. It takes you through the whole app. This is just to see what the setup looks like. And as you can see, when we're finished, we have 2 lights, camera, tripod, backdrop, and our subject waiting to be interviewed.